Rosie O'Donnell just revealed something nobody saw coming. The real story behind why Ellen shut down her show and fled the US is way darker than anyone imagined. And when you piece it all together, it actually makes perfect sense. Two people closest to Ellen, her executive producer Twitch, and her ex-girlfriend Anne Heche, both died under deeply suspicious circumstances. All of this happened within just 6 months after her show came to an end. And people are saying Ellen had something to do with it.
You know, I have an understanding of the cycle of show business and kind of what happens in people's careers and when enough is enough. And oftentimes people don't know that. You know, I think I have a good balance of both in my life, of the importance of, you know, of both. And it's hard to maintain. It's hard to do, especially when you're doing a show like that. But, you know, I don't think it was the be kind thing that got her. I think that's simplification, but it was a lot of things and it was complicated. And I'm glad that she's, you know, going to be finished and she can get some time, you know, to herself to just, I mean, it's a huge kind of strange, thing to be on a show like that and have all that attention on you. And she had it for like 19 years. So
Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen used to be close friends. Ellen even came out publicly on Rosie's show back in 1996. But now, they hardly speak to each other. Rosie is finally opening up about what went wrong between them and why Ellen disappeared from public life. Ellen's show ran for over 20 years. But here's the strange part. Rosie was never once invited on it. Not a single time. In May 2022, Ellen's 20-year run came to a sudden end. She got exposed for running a toxic workplace and treating her staff badly. The show was canceled. Just 2 months after that, her ex-girlfriend Anne Heche died in a car crash. Then in December of that same year, Twitch took his own life.
Ellen DeGeneres is speaking out about reports of workplace mistreatment in a letter to her staff. The talk show host shared her initial reaction to the allegations from current and former employees and revealed what actions are being taken to improve company culture. Ellen said she was disappointed to learn about the claims in a recent BuzzFeed article, citing the show's enormous growth over the years and her increased reliance on people to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. She went on to acknowledge that clearly some didn't.
I don't think you achieve anything by bullying people.
In a statement to ET, Warner Brothers, the studio behind Ellen's show, claims they have interviewed dozens of current and former employees in the wake of these allegations. They say that during their investigation, it was revealed that there were some deficiencies related to the show's day-to-day management. And that moving forward, the studio and Ellen are committed to creating a workplace based on respect and inclusion.
I stay grateful and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
These misconduct allegations stem from a BuzzFeed article that was published last week, which included anonymous accounts from a dozen former and one current employee.
2 months after the Ellen show ended, Stephen Twitch Boss, the executive producer, took his own life and left behind a note. Several investigative journalists claim that in this note, Stephen pointed directly at Ellen as the reason for his death. Even his own wife said he was under extreme stress about something that happened on the show. She believes that stress is what drove him to make such a tragic decision.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic side of Stephen Twitch Boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left a suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of my life.
Some sources say Twitch saw something behind the scenes that he was never meant to see, and that's what led to his death. His wife, Allison Holker, revealed that Twitch left her a note before he died. In that note, Twitch wrote about the pressure Ellen was putting on him. According to reports, Ellen wanted Twitch to help clean up her image. She wanted him to tell everyone that the workplace abuse allegations against her were all lies. Fans loved and trusted Twitch, and Ellen wanted to use that trust to save herself. Twitch knew everything that really went on behind the scenes of The Ellen Show, and Ellen wanted to keep him quiet.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time, including some directed at Twitch.
As for what really happens behind closed doors in Hollywood, Rosie O'Donnell once shared a disturbing story about Bill Cosby. He was invited to her show and started harassing the producers who worked there. But his behavior was simply brushed under the rug. Why? Because Hollywood is used to it. Sexual abuse is widespread in Hollywood, and sometimes it's even celebrated. Several child actors have come forward saying they were taken advantage of when they first entered the industry. These young actors were forced into intimate situations with music executives and film directors. If you wanted a role, you had to prove you were willing to do whatever the director or producer demanded.
About Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
they're
Strange?
Just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid from Strange Things,
Stranger Things.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging sex abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin,
the curly-haired kid. Oh, yeah.
And he's Owen Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be fucking transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
What's up with this transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts,
Watch
man.
An Open Secret, and they go through, dude, they pick, they're accusing people. It's for free, I think, on Vimeo.
Yeah, you
can watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something?
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
for sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music, this was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And
Mostly
sometimes
kids.
Dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick.
In front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his
Justin Bieber's name comes up every single time people talk about the mistreatment of child actors. His 8-hour party with Diddy and the constant harassment he faced from creeps was absolutely horrifying. And instead of helping him or standing up for him, Ellen laughed at him. This is how she reacted when a teenager's privacy was being violated right in front of her.
And how quickly after that was shot did you realize that happened? Did that go on wire right away?
Yeah, it was pretty much like a couple days. It was like a couple days later, Scooter hit me. He was like, yo, I hate to tell you this, but your penis is on the internet. I was like, what? And so then the first thing I saw was like the censored one, and it had like the black thing over it, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't know what this is gonna look like, and then it wasn't as like bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It wasn't like terrible.
I'm no expert, but I heard that it was good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, what amazed me though is that got so much attention, and I was in the bungalow next to you, and when I saw it, I was shocked, and I don't know how people didn't see. I was right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So there is a woman, there's a young woman in the background you can see in the bed.
Yeah, I know.
Is that your girlfriend?
No, it's not.
Just a girl that you were in Bora Bora with?
Yeah.
You just brought a friend to Bora Bora?
Yeah.
And you're just naked with your friend?
Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Gosh.
Then there is the fact that Diddy appeared on Ellen's show 17 different times. In her own words, Ellen admitted she knew exactly what Diddy was doing at his after parties. The timing of Ellen leaving the country also matches up perfectly with Diddy's legal troubles. In 2024, just 1 month after the FBI raided Diddy's mansion in Miami, Ellen announced she was leaving the U.S. for good. She and her wife have since moved to the UK.
Oh. Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Moving to the UK might not seem suspicious on its own, but when you look at the timing, it tells a different story. Ellen completely changed her appearance and suddenly dropped out of the public eye. It really makes you wonder what was going on behind the scenes. To make things even stranger, Ellen recently announced she is planning a comeback. Believe it or not, this news came out right after Diddy filed for an early release from jail.
Sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
she could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But you know, she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release
So
the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently. There are also reports the couple have put their Montecito mansion on the market. Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said, Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural England, put their Montecito estate on the market, and plan to never return to the United States, telling friends the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation. Ellen DeGeneres has been a vocal Trump critic, so the move doesn't come as a surprise to most.
Some critics have pointed out Ellen's strange behavior over the years, specifically her support for using stem cells taken from babies. During an episode of her show, Ellen claimed that celebrities use stem cells from young people to stay looking youthful. Now, reports online are linking her sudden change in appearance to the fact that she may have lost access to these treatments after Diddy's arrest. In another episode with Sandra Bullock, the two women openly discussed using adrenochrome taken from children. They even laughed about how the substance was the secret to keeping them young.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do this?
Not everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the serum.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Then there is the persistent rumor about Ellen's connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Some fans have noticed that her talk show set looks strangely similar to a temple found on Epstein's private island. That isn't the only strange thing people have caught her doing. Some online sources have pointed out odd symbols hidden in her videos. Back in March 2020, just as the lockdown started, Ellen posted a very bizarre video. In it, she was wearing a hoodie featuring a bloody red face. Interestingly, Jay-Z was seen wearing that exact same image later on.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What?
Ellen's public image was carefully built over many years, but once her fans saw who she really was, she lost everything. Joe Rogan actually predicted this years ago. He said Ellen's personality always felt fake, almost like she was wearing a mask to hide her true self. Rosie O'Donnell was one of the first people to speak up about it. She warned that Ellen's nice person act was eventually going to fall apart.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
Dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I thought of you when Ellen DeGeneres went through her thing, and she goes, "My advice to everybody is, if you're going to be known as something, being known as the be kind lady is probably going to bite you in the ass." And I wondered what that whole queen of nice.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
did bite
thinking,
me in the ass. Yeah.
Did you think it bit you in the ass? I wasn't aware of that. But
Not in the way that Ellen's talking about, I think. But, I said the day it came out, look at this, the queen of nice. In a couple of years, it's going to be the queen of lice, the queen of fried rice, the queen of we don't like her anymore.
Ellen isn't the only one in Hollywood who isn't what she seems. On the surface, most celebrities act like the kindest people in the world. But in reality, many of them don't respect regular people or think you are even worth their time. Joe Rogan has spoken out about this too. He says that the Hollywood elite look down on everyone else and treat you like you are beneath them.
There is an arrogance that some stars had, like particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this was like really evident for me because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars. And there was a way that some of them would treat you. They would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways. Like weird. Like mousy guys that I could kill.
Right.
Like instantly. And they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. They had power, and then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service, and they would dismiss you in the shittiest ways. I encountered a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was commonplace, and it was, I think, a thing that they aspired to.
It was the same story with Ellen. Once she became famous, she pushed people away and did whatever it took to stay on top. She didn't seem to care who she associated with or how her staff was treated. In 2020, an investigation by BuzzFeed News shared stories from over a dozen former employees. They described a toxic workplace filled with racism, fear, and bullying from top producers. One worker said they were told never to look at or speak to Ellen directly. Others claimed they were fired simply for taking medical leave or time off for a funeral. Rosie O'Donnell also shared her experience. She said she and Ellen used to be best friends, but Ellen pushed her aside the moment her show became a massive success.
Couldn't believe it.
Why did she say that?
I don't know, because I have photos of her holding my newborn babies. I knew her for 30 years. Like, I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. It was so upsetting to me that I had t-shirts made. I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. And I gave them out to my staff because it was very painful. And, you know, we've never sort of gotten over it.
Did she ever reach out to you to explain it or what her thinking was, or?
No.
I mean, I'm not the first person to say this, but she's a strange creature.
Well, you know, we're not similar. I can say that for sure. We're not emotionally similar.
No.
And I was never asked to go on her show. When I was, it was long after they had been on for many years, and she had the same staff as my show, the same producers, the same everything. And now I don't blame her for doing that. I didn't create the genre of a Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas talk show. You know, this was what I grew up watching. But I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite. And I couldn't believe it. You know, I couldn't believe it.
The most shocking accusation against Ellen is her alleged link to the death of her ex-girlfriend, Anne Heche. According to those close to her, Anne was working on a documentary intended to expose Ellen's secrets. However, before she could reveal anything, Anne died in a mysterious car crash. This happened only 2 months after Twitch's death. The two people who knew the most about Ellen's private life both died within a short window of time, right as her show was ending. While this doesn't prove Ellen did anything wrong, the timing of both deaths has raised many questions.
Anne Heche gets in this accident, and I'm bereft. Now, how did I know her? She did my show twice, and she and Ellen came to my home in Miami and swam in my pool, and we had lunch once. So I knew her, you know, not really well, but in the celebrity vernacular, and that she was with Ellen for a while, and then how her career suffered, and her book, Call Me Crazy. There was a horribly, horribly tragic child abuse in that family, and I've always sort of felt sorry for her. So when she's dying and when that all happens, I'm legitimately bereft in a way that maybe surprised me. I'd wake up in the morning and think, oh my God, something's wrong. Oh, Anne Heche is in a coma. Like, it was obsessive to me. So she died tragically.
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, after just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel, but I'm not a scientist. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of like close people around you dying in weird ways.
We may never know exactly what happened now that both Twitch and Anne Heche are gone. But the reality is that many believe the rest of Hollywood is just as troubled. Joe Rogan has spoken out many times about the dark patterns in the entertainment industry. He described how common it is for child actors and young performers to be mistreated or preyed upon. At the time, many people didn't listen, but nearly a decade later, after the truth about people like Diddy and Harvey Weinstein finally came to light, his warnings were proven to be true.
Don't let your kids be around weird agents and take them to auditions.
No, don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into
Has
that.
it
ever
worked out? Well, you know, the other thing is, like, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. Like, his whole thing was like, hey, I do charitable work with children. You know, I do charitable work, and I take care of these kids. Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future. If you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried to get
hit
suck
on
his like, what is
you
wrong
ugly.
with me?
Well,
Am I
you
fat?
ugly. Yeah, you ugly.
is wrong with my face?
They're really going after him. That seems weird.
It doesn't seem weird, dude. Look at
Hell
all the
yeah, they're
people.
going after
that
him.
guy's entire business. Here's the thing. He's one of many. There's got to be like a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say like in Hollywood, like my agent's like, oh no, yeah, it's about time he got caught. I'm like, what the? Everyone knew this.
Dude,
like
they had
everyone
it-
knew.
Did you see his contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was like they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a claim against him. It was like
It was a thing for him.
Yes. Like he had so many claims. That's like first offense was $100,000, second offense
Oh
was
my God.
$250,000, third offense was $750,000, fourth offense
What
was
do
$1
you mean?
million.
What
He had it written into his contract
What
with
contract?
Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company. Like
He owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. Like he'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they
from
sign
harassment.
when they sign him, they go, okay, the first time you with one of these guys, it's gonna be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's
See,
200.
It's not
Holy.
just. Yes, I mean it was.
That's
so
how big of a problem it
yes, it was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend.
The real question is this: how many other people in Hollywood are hiding behind a fake, nice image? According to Joe Rogan, this isn't just about one person. It is an entire system. If you have followed the story this far, you already know it goes much deeper than what the media tells you. Make sure to hit subscribe, because our next video breaks down another case that is even more disturbing. Trust me, you do not want to miss it.